us practice delivering a message to an audience. And I felt that, first of all, your content was well organized, and you seemed very well prepared. You had your chart, and you had some great storytelling moments in your speech that added to the impact of your speech, so that was great. There were some areas where I'd like to suggest you can improve. When you started your speech, you had a great introduction. You asked questions of the audience, which are always good because it gets the audience to interact with you. And for you, it tells you who you're talking to. So if nobody raised their hand for a digital camera, who owned a digital camera, then you know you have to give more information in your speech about what certain things do and what they mean. But everybody here was familiar with digital cameras, so that puts you at a good starting point. Now, your body communicates a lot that you may not realize. And so when you started, you were kind of shifting from side to side, and that told me that you may have been a little nervous. So even if you are nervous, just be aware of what your body's doing and try and keep your feet in one spot. And you can move your arms, that's fine. Or you could just keep your hands down like this. As your speech went on, you lost the nervousness and you seemed to gain more confidence and be more comfortable. So, and definitely when you delivered your conclusion, you seemed very in charge and in control. One part that I thought was really good was as you were delivering your information on digital cameras, you said, "in my opinion," which I thought was good because you're not a professional photographer, but you've clearly done a lot of research on digital cameras, and so you were establishing your credibility throughout your speech by giving information, detailed information about the types of cameras and how you would use each one. So that was great. Always establish credibility in your speeches. You used some jargon, but you explained it, so that was good. One thing I didn't know was, which as you didn't explain, was DSR. So maybe later you can tell us what that means. Your conclusion was short, but it was good. It was a solid conclusion. You may want to incorporate more of a wrap-up in your conclusion, so bringing some of the key points that you want to reiterate. Great eye contact, well prepared, you engaged the audience, and you also connected with the audience. Your stories were great. I love the stories, and in your speeches you always want to try and incorporate some storytelling because it helps draw a picture of what you're trying to communicate. So, excellent job. Oh, one last thing, handout would have been great to take away. So maybe next time when you're delivering an informative speech, create a handout of some short tips that you want people to take away with. So thank you, Arthur, and good luck on your next speech.
All right. So now I'd like to call upon the rest of the evaluation team. First, may I have the timers report?
Thank you, Christian. Today's speech by Arthur, he took 9 minutes and 40 seconds, well over the 5 to 7 minutes time period. Please watch for that. As far as evaluators, Nicole, she took 3 minutes and 24 seconds, just well in time. And we already saw the table topics. That's all I have.
All right, thank you. And now the grammarians report.
Okay, thank you, Christian.
Yes.
So I took notes for Arthur, Darcy, Uma, and Tracy. And Arthur, as everyone agrees, he did a great presentation. One thing I just was really watching for was his last conclusion where I could catch him. So he said last result was optical in summary, where I thought he meant optimal. Mm-hmm. So, got it. All right, so other than that, I think everyone did a great job.
All right, okay, thank you, Archie. Are there any uses of the word of the day?
In the 4 people?
Basically, when you evaluate,
sure.
You evaluate everyone.
Oh, I see, okay. So I did notice Gokul and you, Christian and Kathy using it, but other than that, no.
All right, okay, thank you.
Thank you.
And now, please, may we have the outcomes report from Xiaoying?
Yeah. Here's the report for today. Christian, I did not catch any. Gaoko, you have 1 and 3 soul. And Thanaga, you have 1 8 2 soul. Arthur, oh, he's gone. So should I imagine it now? Jump. Nicole has 1 2 1 and Nicole and 6 soul. Joyce has 4 yeah, and the other person, woman left, and Tracy has a lot of the first one, I think you have 15 of them. 1 and 1 and 4 soul, 2 then. And sorry I didn't get your name.
Uma is here. I'm
Uma is
Arjun.
here. Uma is here.
Ah, Uma is here. Sorry, I thought you left. Uma is here, and Uma, for you, 2 of the things you can avoid is just like and also like. You have a
Okay.
lot of just
Like.
like and also a lot of like, and you have also 7 so. Yeah. Only pay attention to the filler words, then it will be good.
Arjun.
Yeah, you have 1 2 and 3 so. That's all. Thanks.
Thank you, Xiaoying.
Quick question.
Sure.
So, is there optimal number for the soul, or is it just has to be 0?
Zero.
Okay, I see.
Pause.
Okay.
I have the final report from myself, the general evaluator. First I have a question. Was this your first time being a Toastmaster?
That's correct.
Great. Well, excellent job. And I know that he actually came prepared because yesterday even, or a couple of days before the meeting, he was already ensuring roles and emailing people, and he reconfirmed my role as an evaluator, so that's great. Keep on doing that. One thing that I wasn't sure whether you're really fully instructed to do was like kind of all the tasks that the Toastmaster is supposed to do by our VP of Education. So maybe you want to get in touch with her.
Yeah, I had a session with Donata last week.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, good. So at least that was taken care of. Now, just a couple of comments throughout the meeting that I made some notes of here. First, I noticed that there was no guest book, and that's not the first time that our guest book has been missing. So I'd like to ask Kurt to bring it up at the meeting to ask Joanna to keep this guest book here present at all times. And another thing also that I mentioned was that, that I noticed was the table topics. So I think the topics were great. Most people got into their table topics and they were able to actually go on and on about their topic. Some of them exceeding the time limits, but that's okay. One thing that I'd like to suggest over here is that table topics is really this opportunity for members to get to say something, especially those that don't have any roles. So I'd like to focus on them first. Of course, for guests, it's a great way also to have an opportunity and kind of feel what the Toastmasters meeting is like. Now, since we did have 3 guests here today, I would also encourage to include one of the experienced speakers, like Kurt, for example, to give an example of what a table topics looks like so that the guests can have that experience. Other than that, I don't have any further comments. Now, I'd like to give control back to our Toastmaster.
Thank you, Christian.
Thank you.
So thanks again, Christian, for the excellent evaluation. And we'll go to the next topic of figuring out the best table topic speaker. And the best table topic speaker is Joyce. Okay, here you go. You got a small token of appreciation.
Oh, thank you. This is encouraging.